In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through my finals week and giving you my best tips on how to stay stress-free all through exams. So I hope you enjoy and watch all the way through to get all the tips. Hello and welcome to or back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to take you through a week of my life during finals week, and I'm going to kind of talk about how I like to manage my stress during finals week. So I'm kind of just going to take you through my week, and I'll give you a new tip each day. So today is Monday, December 8th. It's 10:54 a.m. and today is technically the start of finals week, but I don't actually have a final until tomorrow night technically. So we have no actual classes this week, so I can kind of space out however I want to do things. Right now I'm just eating some breakfast. I have overnight oats, and after that I will probably start studying and getting into the whole video. So I'm gonna eat some breakfast and I'll see you afterwards. Hello, welcome back. I just finished eating breakfast and everything, and before I go and start studying, I'm actually going to tell you about the first tip that I have. But before I do that, I'd also like to make a disclaimer that not everybody's final schedule is the same as mine, obviously. So not everybody is going to study the same way as me, and so please take everything that I say with a grain of salt and apply it to how you have to study and how your finals work. Me personally, I only have 2 in-person finals. Also, sorry, I'm really congested right now, if you couldn't tell. I only had to take 2 in-person finals and 1 essay that I don't even have to go in person for. So I don't have too heavy of a load of finals, but I know that other people do. So like I said, please take everything that I say with a grain of salt. And if some of the things that I say don't exactly work for you, that's okay. That's gonna happen. Not everybody's the same. Not everybody's finals are the same. Not everybody's schedules are the same. I'm just giving you tips on what works for me. And if you can take any of these tips and apply it to you or your own schedule, then that's all that I'm hoping for this video. So with that being said, the first tip that I have is to plan your studying out. This might seem very unnecessary and it might seem like it's not going to do anything, but trust me, planning your studying out is going to help you not procrastinate your studying and not lead to cramming the night before your exam. Planning your studying out also does increase your productivity and your time management, and those 2 things will reduce your stress ultimately throughout your finals week and preparing for finals. Also, cramming does not really help with long-term retention, and planning out and spreading out your studying over multiple days will help with that long-term retention much better than cramming will ultimately. So for me personally, I've made a study schedule. I literally just wrote it out in my notes app. I literally just have a note like this in my phone, if it'll focus, and I quite literally just said that on these days I'll be studying this, and I gave myself set due dates to study each chapter. And doing this really helps to spread out your studying, so you're not trying to cram everything into one day or a few days. And giving yourself more time is really going to help you in the long run, even though it might seem like you're going to forget it by the time of the exam. It's actually going to help you in the long run to study over a longer period of time. So the way that I'm doing it, for example, for my biology class, my final is on 4 chapters, and I'm giving myself 2 days to study each chapter. And then I'm also giving myself a day before my exam to do a final review of everything and just make sure that I have all the concepts down. Basically the same thing with chem is I'm giving myself like a chapter and a half to do each day, and then I'm giving myself 1 full day before the exam to kind of go over any practice problems or anything that I know that I'm having trouble with. So that's another thing I'll say, is that giving yourself a day before your exam where you don't necessarily have anything planned to study, but you just kind of have that day to go over everything is really helpful, because it helps you bring together everything that you've been studying and make sure that you have it all down the day before your exam. And one other thing that I do that's really helpful in planning out my studying and even my assignments and exams and everything during the semester is I actually make an assignment tracker. I'll put a screen recording over this clip of my assignment tracker just to show you, but basically I have columns sorting out class, what kind of assignment or exam or category, whatever I'm putting in falls into. So whether that's an assignment, whether I'm studying an exam or a quiz. And then I write down the topic of the assignment or the exam that I'm taking. I write down the due date or the date of the exam, the time, which time I don't really use that much, but it's helpful in some aspects. And then the status of the assignment. So I have not started, in progress, completed, and then I have studying. So this really just helps me to have all my assignments in one place, because I don't know about your school, but my school personally, we use Blackboard Ultra, and not all of the assignments are necessarily in Blackboard. So I have to make sure that I'm actually keeping track of all my assignments and what I have to do every day and every week. So at the beginning of the semester, I took all my syllabuses and I put them into my assignment tracker, and I made sure that I knew when everything was due, when I had exams, quizzes, whatever. And it really just helps me stay on top of everything and not only see what I have to do. My ice machine just made ice. I don't know if you could hear that. But it helps me not only see what I have to do today, but it helps me see what I have to do this whole week or this whole month or whatever, just because it's all in this Google Sheet. If you guys want, I can give a more detailed tutorial on how to use an assignment tracker, and I could make like a template and link it in the description, but let me know if you want to see that. I can make a whole nother video on that. But with that being said, that's basically all I had for the tip for today. So on my studying plan today, I have writing out the plan for my English final that I have, which is the paper. It's due tomorrow night and I basically have it all written. I just want to make sure that I have everything that I need. So I'm going to plan that out today. And then I have to study my biology chapter 54 and then chemistry chapters 10 and 11. So that's what I have on the plan for today. Let's go study. Again, I just got back from studying in the library. It's currently 3:24. I was literally studying like 4 hours. I was doing work, which is really good. I got basically everything done, except I still just need to write that, like, plan on my paper. But other than that, I'm basically done for the day as far as studying goes. So right now, I'm kind of just going to take a break, and I'm going to read my book for a little bit. I've been reading this, A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm not that far into it. I'm only on page 96, but I really want to get back into reading, and I'm really hoping that with finals and like the break coming up that I can get more into reading again, because I'll have more time to do it. But this is what I'm going to be reading. I'm probably just going to read it until I feel like stopping. And then I'll probably get dinner here. Not soon, but like within the next couple hours. Oh, also one thing I forgot to mention before. With my planning, I also love to use my planner. I have this planner. It's called the Day-to-Day Chaos Productivity Planner. I got it from Target, I think over the summer. Yeah, I started using it July 24th. I just love this planner because it's so versatile and I can really use it however I want. It's undated, so I don't feel bad for not using up every day. So you just pick a month and then the date that you have. And there's a section for top priorities today, all your other to-dos, and then I don't really use this part as much. It's meals and then workout and then your water. I probably should use it, but I just don't have the regular habit of using it. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. it's whatever. Calls, emails, texts. I like this because I forget to email people a lot. So when I have the idea, like, oh, I need to email this person and I don't want to stop what I'm doing to email them, I'll just write it down really quick. And then there's literally an hourly of the whole entire day, which I love using. Obviously today I have nothing on there because I have nothing to do today. But on other days, like on class days, for example, I'll show you a different day. This was last Wednesday, the day that I actually vlogged. I have a whole schedule of everything that I had to do that day. So it really helps to have like a visual right next to your to-do list as well. So that you know when you have time to do the things on your list. And then over here, I don't really use this section a lot, but this is a notes section, and then ideas, and then daily affirmations and gratitude. But I love using this planner because even though it's undated, I like to use it basically every day. So I will plan out like this is today, and then I already have basically this whole week planned out. So that's tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I like to just plan everything out ahead of time using my assignment tracker to make sure that I know which assignments I need to do each day, and then writing it down in a planner so I have it. So I have my to-dos next to my schedule for the day every day. So that's another tip that I highly recommend if you're planning out your studying. But my battery is dying, so I'm gonna take that as a cue to go ahead and start reading. I will see you in a little bit. Okay, hello. I know that I'm in the same spot as when I filmed last, but I promise that I have not been here the whole entire time. It is now 5:51. It's only 5:51. It seems so much later because it's so dark outside. My eyes are starting to like not see straight, and I think it's probably because I've been on my computer for like 6 hours today. But I am taking that as a sign to finish my work now so that I don't start to get a headache later and then I can't do my work. So I'm gonna try to just plan out my English paper for tomorrow. It really shouldn't take that long. Like I said earlier, I basically have it all written. I just want to make sure that I have everything that I need before I actually go to write it tomorrow. So that's what I'm gonna be doing right now. I will then probably either go to dinner or I'll make some like food. I don't know. I definitely have food here that I need to eat before I go home for break on Friday. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to go home for break. I don't think you understand. I'm so excited. Anyways, I'm gonna do my English and then I will, oh, also I read like 30 pages of my book, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm a really slow reader, so that was low-key a lot, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's also probably why my eyes are hurting, because I was reading for quite a bit. Small words on paper and small words on the computer screen. Like, I don't know. I have some ambiance going on up there. I have like a cozy Christmas something, I don't know, playing. It's like jazz music and it looks cute. So I have that playing, and then just in the background so that I can have something my mind can focus on other than what I'm doing, so my mind doesn't go other places while I'm trying to get some work done. Now I'm going to work on this and figure out the plan for after that.
Sometimes in the morning light, I swear that I can hear you breathe. And if I keep my eyes shut tight and pretend you're next to me, oh, I almost feel like you're here with me. I can feel you there. I can feel a thing. Someday soon, if I'm good and tough, I'll almost feel like almost is enough.
Good morning, everybody. It is now the next day. It is currently 12:32 p.m. on Tuesday, December 9th. Today, as you could tell, is a bit of a slower start to the day. I just could not get out of bed this morning. I don't know why. I woke up at like 9 and then I went back to sleep, and then I woke up at 10 and then I went back to sleep, and then I finally got out of bed at like 11. So I don't know why. I actually didn't wake up at 9 at first. I woke up at like 8 and then at like 8:30, and then like I woke up a lot and then went back to sleep. I never could get myself actually out of bed, but that's besides the point. We're up now and I'm about to leave to go to the library. But first, I would like to give the tip of the day. So today's tip, I'm going to be talking about about making studying easy, because if you make it easy, you really have no excuse not to do it. First way that I'm going to give you to make your studying easier is to find your own way of studying. So whether this is flashcards or writing your notes out on a whiteboard or quizzing yourself, doing practice problems, I'm trying to think of others, active recall, making a visual aid or like a PowerPoint presentation and then presenting it to other people, that's actually a really good one, and that helps me a lot too, because when you're presenting it to other people, you have to have a good enough understanding of it to be able to present it, so it really helps you learn it in a really good way. Because think about it, do you remember in like 3rd grade when we all made presentations of like random people? You probably still remember every single fact about that person. You probably still remember their birth date and their mother's name, and it's because you presented it to your class. So making a presentation and presenting it to your friends, or even just like stuffed animals, it doesn't have to be presenting it to your friends, or like call your mom and present it to her. Like, as long as you're showing it to somebody or presenting it in some sort of way, it really helps it stick in your head. Another way is listening to lectures or rewatching lectures if you have them online, or even like looking up videos on YouTube to kind of help clarify subjects that you might be confused about. And then the last thing kind of in this category is figure out whether solo studying versus group studying works for you better. For me personally, I kind of like a mix between the two. I like solo studying, but I also like group studying. It really depends on what I'm doing. If I'm writing a paper, I like to do that just by myself. But if I'm studying actual course material, sometimes being around your friends is really helpful. All of you guys studying together, it also keeps you all accountable to actually be studying and not to go on your phone every 5 minutes. Next category in making studying easy is to take advantage of all the resources that you're given. All of the professors have office hours, and they literally have office hours. They sit in their office or in a room for a few hours a week, and they literally just sit there and wait for you to come in and ask them questions. Their job is literally to help you. So if you have any questions, if you're confused on literally anything, if you just want to talk to them, go to the professor's office hours and ask them questions or talk to them, because that's literally their job and they're there to help you. Also, if you have the ability to write a note card or write like a piece of paper of like formulas and stuff for your test, do it. I promise you it will help so much. If you go into the test and you're like, I don't need those formulas, I have them all memorized, and then you're on page 4 of the test and you're like, what was the ideal gas law? Like, I don't remember the equation for that. Yeah, you would remember it if you wrote it down on a piece of paper that you were allowed to have. So don't feel like writing a piece of paper or writing a note card makes you less smart or makes you look less smart, because everybody's doing it. They give it to you for a reason. Just use it. Your reputation isn't gonna go down because you have a cheat sheet or a note card on the test. I promise you. Next thing, like I said earlier, kind of, is use YouTube or even your library at school to help you understand concepts better. If you're in biology, use the Amoeba Sisters. They explain literally everything so well, and if you're confused about anything, they have a video for it. Or not even just them. If you go onto YouTube and you type in whatever topic you're trying to figure out, like if you're trying to learn more about CRISPR, then literally look up what is CRISPR or how does CRISPR work, and I guarantee you there will be videos, multiple videos that you could watch and use to your advantage to further understand the concept. And it's a free resource. YouTube is a free resource to basically anybody who has internet. So I will say though, make sure that your source is credible, because there are definitely some people out there who just say things and they're not true. So just make sure that they're credible, and that's just use like highly reputable channels, like probably the Amoeba Sisters, who have I don't know how many subscribers versus somebody who has like 3 subscribers. Amoeba Sisters might be a bit more credible in that scenario. So just be careful for that. And then lastly is to use your friends and classmates too, because if you're confused about something, they might know the answer. They might know how to explain it. They might have been studying it recently, and they might know how to explain it in simpler terms to you so you can understand it better, because ultimately you guys are all in the same boat. You're all about to take the same exam. And so if one of you is confused about something and another person knows what that is, they're going to explain it to you because they know that you're in the same boat as them, and nobody wants to fail their exams. So ask your friends for help. And even if none of you know it, then at least you know that none of you know it, and you guys can all try to figure it out together. And then lastly, for making it easy, is to organize your space. And I don't just mean your physical space, but also your digital space as well. It's really important to have a clean environment when you're studying, and just an organized environment, because clutter causes stress. It just does. Clutter causes stress no matter what. And I know for me personally, if my desk is a mess when I'm trying to study, I'm going to be overstimulated and I'm not going to want to study. And even if I do want to study still, it's not going to like in my brain. So I like to make sure that my desk is clean whenever I'm about to study. And if it's not, then I'll clean it up. If I can't clean it up right in that second, then I'll go somewhere else. I'll go to the library. I'll go to the common room. I'll go to somewhere else on campus that I know is not gonna make my mind cluttered, because like the library, it's not really ever going to be cluttered. That's just how it works. Like it's just not going to be cluttered. It's just tables. So I can count on the fact that the library is not going to be a cluttered area. So I'm not going to be stressed out if I want to study there. So that's for your more physical space. And now talking about more digital space. As far as your digital space, it's really beneficial to have all of your assignments and everything you're doing in one place. And that doesn't necessarily have to be digital. It could be in a planner, like a physical one. But like I said yesterday, having that assignment tracker is really, really, really helpful, because all you have to do is look at it and see what you need to do for that day. And it's all in there with due dates, with categories, like everything is in there. So having everything in one spot is really beneficial, because that kind of takes the uncertainty out of what you're doing. You don't really have to think, oh, what do I need to do today? You're already thinking, this is what I need to do today. So it kind of just takes out that uncertainty and that guesswork of what you're doing that day. Another thing is not having 1,000 tabs open at one time while you're studying. I know people who will literally have 1,000 tabs open, and I'm like, how can you even see? Because when you have that many tabs, they're like this big and you can't even tell what they are. And sometimes I do get to that point, but I'm very cautious of not getting to that point, just because it's really stressful. Because if you think about it, having clutter on your desk stresses you out. So how's that any different than having clutter on your laptop? It's really not. So make sure that whatever you're working on, you don't have 1,000 tabs open. And if you do, then open up a new window so that the window that you're currently working on is only a few tabs. And what I also like to do is, since I have a Mac, I don't know if other laptops do this. I know that Macs do it because I have one, obviously. There's a feature where you can add another desktop to your screen, so you can have multiple desktops doing multiple different things. Using that other desktop feature is really, really, really helpful, because I will use it a lot when I have different things going on. Because like currently, for example, I have 3 desktops on my computer. I have one for just general, like my studying. I have one for the paper that I'm writing, and I have one for YouTube. And so like whenever I'm editing and stuff, I'll do that in a separate window, just so I don't get like distracted by the other things on my screen. It's just really helpful to have everything have their own set place on your computer. And it really takes out the overwhelmingness of studying and doing tasks. So that's basically it for making it easy. I'm going to stop talking now and I'm going to go study. On my list today, I have to write my paper that's due tonight, which is basically already written. I just kind of have to like put some things together and make it all kind of flow. I need to start studying chapter 20 of my biology, and then I need to just finalize any review that I need to do for chemistry, because my exam is tomorrow for chemistry. So I need to write out my note sheet for chemistry, and then I have a few practice problems I want to do, but other than that, that's basically it. So it shouldn't take too long to do all my tasks today, which is great, because then hopefully I've really been wanting to play Minecraft, so hopefully I can do that when I'm done studying. I also do need to do laundry though, because I've been meaning to do it since Sunday and the washers are just not open ever, so I need to do laundry. So I'll probably go study for a bit and then come back and do laundry. I would study in my room. I just like to work in a different environment sometimes, so I'm gonna go to the library. I'm gonna get myself a coffee and we're gonna do some work. Actually, I might not get myself a coffee. I'm gonna get myself a coffee. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna get myself a coffee and then we're gonna do some work. So I'll see you in a little bit. this lighting is actually really terrible, so don't mind that. But hello, it is a little bit later. It's now 5:49. I don't know what the last thing I filmed was. I think I was doing my biology review, but I'm done with all my studying for today. This is my completed chemistry sheet. Just in case you were wondering. So right now, I'm about to do my laundry, and then I'm gonna clean up just a bit. In here, I have a dish I need to wash. I'm gonna make my overnight oats. I'm gonna make myself an electrolyte drink, and then I might go get dinner from the pub. I probably will go get dinner from the pub, actually, and then I'll probably just chill for the rest of the night because I really don't have anything else to do. I do want to make sure I go to bed early though, because I have an exam at 8:30 tomorrow morning. So with that being said, I'm gonna go put my laundry in, and then I will see you after that. I'll probably see you once I get my food and I'm settling down for the night. So I'll see you then. Good morning. It is currently Wednesday, December 10th. It's 8:14 a.m. My exam is at 8:30. I have to leave in 6 minutes-ish. Right now, I'm just eating. I made myself overnight oats. I make myself this almost every single day. It's just such an easy thing to have in the morning. I just got ready. Just finished getting ready. Pro tip, if you're going to take an exam, and this might seem obvious, but to some people it really isn't, is make sure you eat before. I've taken exams before and I haven't eaten before them. And the whole time you're sitting there, and when your stomach starts grumbling, it's over. Because then that's all you're thinking about is how hungry you are. And another pro tip is make sure that you're in something comfortable. Like right now, I'm literally in sweatpants and a shirt. I'll give a fit check in a second, don't worry. But if you're sitting in your exam and you're wearing really tight pants and you're not comfortable, that's all you're going to be thinking about the whole exam, is how uncomfortable you are. So basically what I'm saying is make yourself as comfortable as possible so that you limit your distractions during your exam, because even if you don't think it will, the fact that you're uncomfortable and that you're hungry will distract you during your exam. Quick fit check first. I have on just this compression workout kind of shirt. I got this literally from Amazon, and then these pants are from Ocean City. I got them at a Sensations in Ocean City, and they're so comfortable. They're amazing. I love them. And then I'm just gonna wear my Uggs because, like I said, be comfortable. And then I just have my hair up in this banana clip, because also that's another thing. For me personally, when I'm taking an exam, my hair has to be up, or it has to be out of my face in some way, because I'm gonna get overstimulated if it's not. So that's another tip. If you're like that, put your hair up not really tight. Don't put your hair up really tight, because that's gonna hurt your head, but just in a claw clip or something. That's about it. I'm gonna go take my exam. I'll see you after. Hello everybody. I just got out of my exam. It's currently 10 o'clock. It took me a little over an hour to do. It was 13 pages long, but it was actually pretty good. I think I did really well. I'm really happy with how I did on it. But I'm gonna take right now to talk about today's tip of the day, and today's is to make it fun. This might seem silly. I'm also really nervous right now because there's not really anybody on campus because everybody's taking finals or studying, but I'm really nervous that somebody's gonna see me, but it's fine. I can just say I'm filming a final or something. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Let me walk back in. This may seem silly to say, but making it fun is going to make it fun. It's going to make it less stressful studying for your finals. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is rewarding yourself. I actually just rewarded myself for taking my exam. I got myself a coffee, and I didn't just get myself a plain latte like I usually do. I got myself a sugar cookie latte. I'm rewarding myself because I just took a really hard exam and I deserve it. I got myself a coffee, and that's what I'm talking about, is a little reward like that goes such a long way. My hair is just doing whatever it wants to do. A little reward like that goes such a long way. Sorry, I can't get my words out apparently. And it doesn't have to even be after the exam. It can be after you finish all of your work for the day. You can be if I study this much, then I'm going to go get ice cream, or I'm going to let myself play Roblox for an hour. It can literally be something like that. If you set a reward, then it'll help you reach your end goal easier, because it's going to make it fun. That's just how it works. I don't know what else to really say. And the next thing I'm going to say is that another way to make studying fun is to study with your friends, or going somewhere else to study, a coffee shop or a library, something. It doesn't really matter. If you're studying with your friends, that's helping you. Not only, like I said earlier, if they're friends that you're actually in the class with, it bonuses as a study group. So if you're confused on anything, you can ask them for help. So I'm really sorry if I sound congested. It's because I am. So I apologize for that, but just ignore that. If you're studying with them, they can help you out. And also it's helping you be social while you're studying. So it's kind of killing two birds with one stone. And also going to a coffee shop, like I said, that kind of just changes up your environment. It makes it more fun because you're in a different place. If it wasn't freezing cold outside, I would say go outside, because studying outside is so amazing. It's so great. I love studying outside. It's freezing right now. It's actually so cold. I don't even know what the weather is. And I'm sitting out here. There's an ice sculpture over there, and it's
intact. So that tells you how cold it is. It's 35 degrees. It feels like 28 right now. And that is exactly why I'm about to wrap this up. But basically, long story short, make your studying fun, because the more you enjoy it, the more you're going to want to do it, and the less stressful it's going to be. It's really as simple as that. So that's it for today's tip. I'm going to go inside because I'm freezing. I'm going to go do some work. So yeah, I'm going to go now and get warm. What's up, chat? We are at the pub. Hi. I vlog. We got some food and we're going to study.
Whisper something I could hear. Away for the weekend, shooting a deer. We sit in silence with your rifle by my ear. I'd eat venison forever just to keep you here. But you push me out, I keep you down. You touch my mouth and lie like you mean it, and I'm halfway home, stuck in the middle, like you call my phone. Stuck in this desert for eternity, and I don't know why. I just woke up here one day. I never feel hungry or thirsty. I just walk and walk away. Among the sands and the rocks, let's drive from here to infinity. In, out, and in, wherever you're heading, breathe in again, and show us the top star.
What's up, vlog? Oh, my battery's freaking dying. My battery's dying, so I'm gonna make this quick. I'll update you later, but we're about to play Sims right now. I was in the library forever. I would show you my note card. I'll show you later when my battery is not dying.
I'll keep going. Wait, but it's about to break. Just like that.
I don't even know.
Hello, everybody. It has been a busy day, so I haven't really filmed a lot today, but I wanted to come and film my tip for the day. It's currently 9:08. It's Thursday. My roommate actually moved out today, so the other side of the room is completely blank right now. It's a little weird, but that's besides the point. I'm gonna get right into the tip of the day, and it's really not that long today. I should be done in a few minutes, but I just wanted to come on and give today's tip before I go to bed, and that's actually kind of what this one is about. So today's topic is rest. Resting is so important, and I know that this is probably very obvious, and a lot of people know this, but I just feel like I have to reiterate it because I feel like a lot of people still, even though they know this, they take it for granted and they overlook the rest part of studying. The first thing I'm going to talk about is sleep itself. If you're not getting good sleep, then you're not going to succeed the way that you want to when you're trying to take your finals or when you're trying to study throughout finals week or leading up to whenever your finals or exams are. Your mind retains things better when you have more sleep. That's just how it works. If you're running on only a few hours of sleep, your mind is not going to be able to remember the information better because it's so tired. It's like when you go to the gym and you work out your muscles, you have to let your muscles rest in between. You're not going to work out legs every single day and one day after the next do the same exact workouts and up the weights every time, because that's going to just destroy your muscles and you're never going to have time to recover. It's the same thing with your brain. Your brain is literally a big muscle. So if you don't give it time to rest and recover, it's not going to work the way that you want it to when you're actually trying to use it for your exams. And that being said, staying up late to cram is actually counterproductive. I know that it's really stressful sometimes, and sometimes staying up late to cram is the only option, it seems like, but it's really just important to prioritize your sleep and make sure that you're actually prioritizing your studying. If you prioritize your studying, you're not going to have to worry about staying up late and cramming because you've probably planned it out. You've probably thought about what all you're going to study beforehand, so you don't really have to worry about staying up late to cram. So all in all, get enough sleep, don't stay up late to cram, and that still goes back to what I talked about on Monday with planning out all of your studying. The next thing I'm going to talk about under rest is not exactly sleep itself, but it's taking time for yourself and doing things that you enjoy, like making time during the day to do things that you enjoy. It's the same thing with working your brain out. If you're working your brain constantly all day, every day, it's going to get tired and it's just not going to work the way you want it to. So you have to let yourself recover from studying. And one of the ways that you can do that is by doing things that you like to do, whether that's hobbies. Like for me personally, I like to read. I did that on Monday. I like to play my guitar. I've been doing that a lot lately. There are other hobbies that I do. I just haven't been doing lately. But taking time for yourself, you could also be doing self-care. You can take one night out of your finals week to do a self-care night where you do face masks and you do an everything shower and things that make you feel like you're getting self-care. Take time out of your finals week to go get your nails done. Take time to go get your hair done. Whatever it is that helps you boost your self-care and kind of make you feel like you're caring for yourself more is really going to help. And also with that, working out is another thing that you can do. I haven't really been doing that this week because the gym is open different hours this week because of finals, but not even just that, it's also the fact that I've not been feeling the best, as I'm sure you can tell. Also, I'm really sorry. And I don't want to push it too hard, so I haven't really been in the gym, but usually I'm in the gym at least 3 times a week because of golf. But working out really is just a great way to also take time for yourself and prove to yourself that you are still a priority, if that makes sense, and that your grades are not everything. Taking the time to work out or to do some self-care or do something that you love is really bringing it back to the fact that it's not all about the grades in the long run and that you are still you and you deserve to take time for yourself. But ultimately, just doing things that make you happy and bringing you back to the real world outside of school will really, really, really help you, even though it seems like it's going to distract you. And I'm sure people will get stressed out and be like, oh, I could be studying right now, but I'm coloring. That doesn't seem productive. It actually is, I promise you. Taking time for yourself is productive. Now, don't take that to mean you should only take time for yourself, because you still should be studying. It's just that you have to find the right balance of studying and taking time for yourself. Maybe you say, if I study for 3 hours today, then I will let myself have an hour of reading or an hour of coloring, or I'll go to the gym for half an hour in between my 2 study sessions. Stuff like that. Making sure you have time for yourself while you're studying is really, really, really important and really beneficial when you're really stressed out and when you're studying for things like finals. And with that being said, that's basically all that I have for today. Tomorrow is my last day of finals week. I have one final left and it's tomorrow morning at 8:30, so I will see you bright and early for that. But yeah, that's about it for today. I filmed a few clips. We went out to dinner. It's one of our friends' birthdays tomorrow, so we went out to dinner for his birthday. I took a lot of resting today. I had a final this morning. We literally watched a movie and we painted Christmas ornaments, so it wasn't an actual final, but I had that this morning, and then I went and I studied at the library for 4 hours. So once I was done studying, I was like, okay, I don't need to do anything else today. I'm done studying for the whole entire finals. I'm ready for my final tomorrow. tomorrow I'm done studying, I'm gonna give myself the rest of the day to rest and kind of like chill. And that's exactly what I did. And now I'm about to shower and go to bed so that I can feel well rested for my exam tomorrow. And also, one more thing I'm gonna add, just to throw it in there, is that just because you're getting good sleep the night before your exam does not necessarily mean that you're getting good sleep for your exam, because sleep compounds over time. And if you don't get good sleep leading up to your exam and then you get like 8 hours or 10 hours the night before your exam, it's really not going to help. You have to consistently make sure you're getting good sleep throughout the whole week. So yeah, that's about it. I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to go shower and get ready for bed, and I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning for my last final. Good morning, everybody. It is now the next day. It's 7:58 a.m. It's Friday, December 12th. It's the last day of my finals week, and it's also my last day being in this dorm for like the next 2 weeks. I'm eating my overnight oats for breakfast. I'm getting ready. I just need to do a little bit of makeup and then I'll basically be ready to go. I have my exam at 8:30, and then after that I'm coming back here and packing like everything. I haven't packed anything. I'm hoping maybe I can do a quick load of laundry. If the washers are open, I'm hoping I can do a quick load of laundry just so that I don't have to worry about bringing laundry home. If not, it's not the end of the world. I don't have that much laundry. But like I said before, my roommate moved out yesterday, so the other side of my room is completely empty. So yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about. Today's final is bio. I said that already though. My note card is kind of crazy. I don't know if I showed the camera. Remember how I said that if you have the opportunity to have a note card, you should use it? Well, I really took my opportunity. This is the front and this is the back of my note card. I definitely don't need most of this information. The only information I actually needed to put on the note card was from here, like this much, and then this chart. Everything, so like all of this and all of this, I didn't necessarily need to put on the note card. I was just like, I have extra room, so I'm just gonna put stuff on there just in case, because a lot of times I feel like I know things and then I go to take the test and it's gone from my brain for some reason. My overnight oats are really good today. I don't know like why, but they just are really good. I feel like my glasses always need to be cleaned. Can you tell how dirty they are? That's kind of weird. I do have one last tip for you guys today. I'm not gonna say it now, but I will say it probably later when I'm done like packing and everything. I'm leaving around like 4 or 5-ish, so I have a good few hours to pack and get everything ready to leave, so I should be able to have time to film it while I'm still here. If not, I'll just film it when I'm home. Sorry Maggie, I know this is gonna be a lot today. I guess I'll give you a fit check now. So this is the exam fit. I just have on these pink sweatpants. I think they're from PacSun. This top is from Amazon. My jewelry, this necklace is Kendra Scott. Earrings, these ones are actually from Disneyland. These ones I think are from Everjewels. My headband is from Amazon too. I think that's about it. That's the fit check. I will see you probably after the exam at some point. Okay. You're just gonna have to act like you can't see the mess. And you can't really, but basically I took my final this morning. I think it went really well. Well, I know it went really well because I already got my grade back. I took it and then I basically packed, and I said my roommate was moving out, so my friend was moving in with me. So we moved her in. I left at like around 6, and then my mom drove me home, and now here we are. So I didn't vlog much of today, but I do still have a tip to share with you today. I really apologize for the lighting situation. I have Christmas lights, but it was flickering. Also, I have all of my stuff from school, not like all of it, but everything that I brought home is all on the ground right there, and some of it's on my dresser. And then these are Christmas presents that I had delivered to the house. So other than that, my room is clean though, I promise. Anyways, let's get on with the tips. So today's topic is actually a really important one, and one that a lot of people honestly overlook a lot, and that is to stay positive. And this is I might sound really stupid saying this, but I think that it's one of the most important things is to stay positive. Like, it's really just, it just is. That's it. That's basically bottom line. It just is. Staying positive actually is proven to reduce stress, and it helps you boost your confidence in yourself, because if you're confident going into an exam, and if you're positive going into an exam, you'd be like, you know what?
maybe I do actually got this. If I'm telling myself I got this, then I got this. Going into an exam thinking I've got this, I'm gonna ace this test, is so much different than going into an exam and saying I'm gonna fail this. I don't know anything. I'm gonna fail this test and I'm gonna fail and I'm gonna have to retake this whole class. Those two different mindsets, they seem so... Sorry, I had to change the angle. It seems like they don't make a difference, but I promise you they do. The mindset that you have going into the exam is really gonna make a difference on how your exam actually goes. It also really helps you focus on what you can do rather than what you can't do. Going into an exam with positivity, it really helps you focus on everything that you can do rather than what you can't do. It helps you think like, wow, I'm so glad that I was able to answer at least 80% of that exam. And then it helps you not focus as much on the 20% of the exam that you weren't able to answer, or that you didn't know the answer to, or that you might have gotten wrong. And while yes, there is reason behind focusing on the things that you did wrong and the things that you couldn't do, but it shouldn't be the only thing that you're concerned about right as you're walking into or walking out of the test. And then with that, also coming out of exams and knowing that you tried your best is really just like, it's a very, I don't know how to describe it, it's just a relieving feeling knowing that you did your best and you gave it all that you could, and just being positive about that. It's like if you're gonna sit and take a test and you're sitting there and you're like, okay, like I answered all that I know, it's not like the information is magically gonna come to you if you just sit there and you stare at your paper and you think, God, like I'm such a failure, I cannot believe that I don't know this stuff. The answers are not magically gonna come to you. That's just not how it works, especially not if you're being down in the dumps about it. It is what it is. And once you accept that, you'll be a much happier person. And that's not even just about testing, like about anything. Once you accept it is what it is, you're gonna be so much happier, because it's just like you really can't control everything. And while you can control your own studying and your own study habits, it's just at the end of the day, there are some tests that you just don't know exactly what's gonna be on the test. And if you studied hard, if you worked hard to prepare yourself for the test, and the test still was not what you expected it to be, then you really can't put yourself at fault for that, if that made any sense. I really hope that came across well, because sometimes I don't know how to articulate what I'm saying, but I think that I got the point across. And relating to this, the positivity and how it actually affects the mind, I'm gonna put some links in the description of 2 different things, like articles that you can read about that, just if you're curious about that, you can look at that. Also, if you want like a movie to watch about how positivity can actually affect you, there's a movie called The Secret. The Secret is more focused on the law of attraction, which isn't necessarily that much different than what I'm talking about, but there's a certain thing in the movie that I'm thinking of that is very focused on how positivity and having a positive attitude can actually really affect you positively, and there's like real life examples of that in that movie. So just if you wanted some, I guess, reference material or like some examples, yeah, that's basically it. That's all I have for you today, and that's actually gonna be the last clip of this video. This video is over. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, and if you want more videos like this one where it's kind of more of a structured, like sit down and vlog kind of thing, I really know, but if you like that, then please let me know and give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe where you're at it if you're not already. But yeah, that's all that I have for you. So I really hope that if you're watching this during your finals week, I hope that your finals are going great. If you're watching this before your finals week, I hope that your finals are going to go great. And if you're watching this after, I hope that your finals went well. And if you're not having finals week anytime soon, or if you're not even in school, I just hope that you're having a great day or a great week. And thank you for clicking on this video, and thank you for watching this far into the video. So I hope to see you in the next video next week on Monday at 1 p.m. And I'll see you then. Bye.
Sorry, I think I'm hallucinating. I thought I heard somebody knock, but there was nobody there. There's something happening in the room next to me. There's a lot of banging going on. I just finished my exam. This is gonna go on for a minute. Okay, now that that's done and over with, you know what else is done and over with? My exam. I have an 89.4. What are you doing? Can I help you?
How much you pay for that?
The camera? I didn't buy it. My brother's dropped it a lot.
Your parents want you to taking this?
Yeah.
I can't see. You know, that other YouTube video was tough. The one that had the Target
The first
stuff
one?
and the...
Yeah. Did you watch the most recent one?
No.
So you suck. You were in it. No, you weren't.
How far did you live?
From here?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Where'd you live?
Where do I live?
Yeah, like what area?
You drove me to my house.
No, don't go all the way. Don't go all, no.
Need it.